So it's okay. That's a fantastic start to the video. Alright, so it's basically the middle of the year and I wanted to do some kind of wrap up, but how about we just talk about every book that I've loved and has changed my entire life when it comes to no spice reading. I'm gonna start off this video with Christian fiction, and the first book I have for you guys is The Nature of Love by Tony Shallow. Fun fact, I actually just finished this book this morning. I literally just finished this book this morning and it has my heart. Tony Shallow is gonna be like auto-buy author for me now, and I'm planning to read everything that she's ever written. Ever. This book is about Erica and Chris. Erica is a surgeon and Chris is this wildlife enthusiast. He has like a YouTube channel. They're both in their 40s. Like a bunch of unexpected things happen to them, and especially Erica, she gets put in a position where literally tragedy strikes and she has to literally figure out what she's gonna do, because she's created a successful career for herself and now she has to change everything around because of the situation she's in. And she also goes on a journey of her journey with God, because she doesn't really have a faith. People around her have a faith, so she's always like, I guess, wanted to in a way, but now she really gets to explore it and really does develop such an amazing relationship with God. And it's really awesome watching Erica grow close to God. And Chris does have a faith in God and he has his own stories and all the things he's been through. Both these characters had so much depth, but this was still like cute and fun at the same time. Even though there were some really intense moments that I had in this book, I feel like I still had lots of fun and I still laughed and there were still those cute moments. This is a slow burn. Oh my gosh, the faith in this book. I can't say enough. I love this book. This is one of my new favorites, literally, of the year. 5 stars on, I'm not gonna say every book is 5 stars because that's crazy. Obviously, the whole point of the video is these are all 5 stars. But yes, this book was amazing. Love Tony Shallow. And if you're looking for a good Christian contemporary romance author, Tony Shallow, yes, go pick up her books. Then we have Tea and Elephants by Robin Jones Gunn. She's kind of like a Christian woman's fiction author. That's how I would describe her, at least like the books. Obviously she's a Christian fiction author, but the books I've been reading from her lately have been Christian woman fiction basically. And this one is the Suitcase Sisters series. And oh my gosh, when I first read this book, I just felt, because I'm obviously a big romance girly, so I always love to have some aspect of romance in my books. But this book, it doesn't have a lot of romance, if at all. Both the women in this book, they're married, but there's no interaction with the husband or anything. There's no romance, basically. But I still love this book so much because I love the main characters. Fern and Lily, they met as teenagers. They've been best friends. They met at this Christian conference. But they live in different states and they both had this dream of traveling to Africa together, and the dream is finally becoming a reality, and that's what this is. They haven't seen each other in a hot minute, so they both have this emotional baggage that's weighing on them, and they basically have to unpack all that baggage on the trip. Ironically, they have to unpack all the baggage with each other, and this is another book that the faith was just so good. I loved it. And I don't have anything much else to say. I think Robin Jones Gunn is the sweetest person in the world, because I follow her on Instagram and she seems just like the nicest lady ever. And the fact that she writes these amazing books. The second book in this series, Jalal in the Villa, is actually on my July TBR, so I'm sure that book will be right behind this book with 5 stars. But yes, Tea and Elephants is so good. Then we have Love and a Little White Lie by Tammy L. Gray. This is just like a throwback. I don't talk about this book as much as I should, or as much as I would like, but this is another one of those books that I really absolutely loved. I didn't love every single character, but I just love how every single character had almost a story, and there was just representation almost for every season of life that we're all going to. Some of us are in a waiting season, some of us are in a doubting season, some of us are struggling with our faith, with struggling with unbelief, and there's someone for everyone in this book to relate to. And what are you supposed to do now that this happens to you and things like that. But our main character, January, she, after a heartbreak, she is open to basically anything, and she ends up moving into a cabin on her aunt's wedding venue property, and then she takes this position at a church, but the twist is she is not a Christian. She's pretty much of the face. She does not believe, but she ends up just getting this job in the church because she needs a job, basically. But she doesn't tell anyone. And she ends up kind of in like this romantic situation with the guy at the church who plays the guitar, and there's that whole situation. And I'm not gonna say much about this book because I feel like I went into this book not knowing a lot, or I didn't like read like the whole like blurb, and I feel like I had a way better experience with this book because I didn't read the whole blurb. So that's all I'm gonna say. But like I said earlier, this book surprised me, I think, a lot, because this was one of those books that I like started and like stopped reading for like a hot minute and then just picked it back up, and it ended up being like so amazing and I loved it. And this is a part of a series. I need to finish the series. Literally, like I said, like that's why like I need to talk about this book more, because I need to be reminded that I need to finish this series. Then I'm not going to talk a lot about this book because this is in my recent wrap up, In This Moment by Gabrielle Meyer. This is a part of her Timeless series. I love this book. In this book, we followed Maggie. She's actually in 3 timelines. And the biggest thing I'll say about this book is just like, I love how Gabrielle Meyer really did show how God really does use everything for a purpose. You are never purposeless with God. Your past has purpose, your present has purpose, your future has purpose. And I feel like that was really emphasized in this book. And this was also just a story that kept me on the edge. There was always something going on in every timeline. There was romance, all this stuff. If you haven't started reading the Timeless series, you need to pick up the Timeless series. The first book to me was a little slow, in my personal opinion, but this book right here, this really, I was like, okay, I get the hype. All right, and then we have Spies, Lies, and Alibis by Natalie Walters. Apparently Natalie Walters is a romantic suspense author. I didn't even know that before I picked up this book. I just kept seeing this book all over Instagram, and I really liked the cover. And then I literally saw it in Books A Million, and I picked it up because it's a rom-com suspense. I don't see a lot of people writing romantic comedies like thrillers, or thrillers but suspense. I need a 3-book series on Sybil and Ben because Sybil and Ben were just so cute and so funny, and that's all I have to say. Sybil, let me say this correctly. They were each other's first love, now they might be each other's last hope. So Sybil is basically an undercover spy, and Ben is undercover for the FBI. So basically Ben and Sybil get in a situation where they cross paths again because they're both going after the same bad guy. What was his name again? Lorenzo Ramirez. They basically end up going after the same target, but it's so funny because during the book they're like, oh, what are you doing here? Like, you know, what's your, like are you involved with Lorenzo? Like, and so I just like Ben's like undercover, like working with Lorenzo. So in Sybil's head, it's just like, is Ben like working with him? Like, because she doesn't know he's undercover by the FBI. It was just like really funny, that alone. Just like watching them both be suspicious of each other, but they both still have these like underlying feelings for each other, and they're just trying to figure each other out. And then we try to see like what happened between them. And it was funny, it was adventure. There's a scene right here that I marked. It was so funny. Best thing ever. Yeah, you guys should definitely go pick up this book. It's very different. There's not a lot of books like this, I think. And I think Natalie did like just like a great job, and I hope she continues to write books like this. But moving on to historical fiction. This is a book that I don't think I hear a lot, just don't hear a lot of people talking about the Davenports. We don't have a lot of books out there about Black families who just have a lot of wealth, and just the dynamic of the Black family having a lot of wealth, especially in, I'm pretty sure this was set in 1910 Chicago. And I love things that are set in Chicago, 1900s, like Harlem. Basically, this is a book about a family, the Davenports, obviously. Great job, Tiffany. We follow just like all the children in this family. It's Olivia, Helen, Amy Rose, and Ruby. All the parents' children who like wealth and all this stuff. We're watching all their children try and find love, find their own way, find their own identity, and all these things in 1910 Chicago. And this was fun. It was clean. This is no spice in this. It's a duology. There's 2 books in it. And this was just so fun. I had a blast. I remember I devoured this book in like one day. I think I did like the first book better than the second book. But this is so amazing. It was a breath of fresh air. Yes, there were like topics dealt with. There were intense topics dealt with. But like I just overall enjoyed. It was just a big breath of fresh air to me. And I don't hear a lot of people talking about this series. My personal favorite character at first was Olivia. But as time went on, I feel like I was more of an Amy Rose girl. But I'll let you guys pick your own girls, who you like the most, all that jazz. There is plenty of romance in this though, for my romance girlies. I just wanted to say that. So I had a lot of 5 stars from like the same author, so I just wanted to have a special section for her and say this is my favorite author of the year so far, I guess. And that is, you can probably guess. If you watch my channel, then you already know who this is. It's Courtney Walsh. So mind you, I read all these books this year and I rated all of them 5 stars. I don't really have much else to say. Like, auto-buy author for me. Courtney Walsh, she writes contemporary romance books, inspirational romances, whatever you want to call it. I don't know the correct term, but basically that's it summed up. And I just love her books because they really do change my life. And there's romance in it. I feel like if I wrote books, I would want to write books like this, because these are the type of books that like people and that people remember and change their lives, and they're just fun. Courtney Walsh is just really funny. Like, I love her writing. She makes me laugh a lot. And the books I have here are Can't Help Falling, The Summer of Yes, Brighter Than Before, and The Happy Life of Isidore Bentley. If I had to pick a favorite, that's really hard. It'll be between these 2. The Happy Life of Isidore Bentley and The Summer of Yes. I'm leaning towards The Happy Life of Isidore Bentley right now, but that could change at any moment. And I decided I'm not going to sit here and give you guys a summary of all these books, because I feel like that would be super repetitive, because if you watched any of my videos, then you have heard me talk about these books 1,000 times. Well, at least these 3, like I said. Can't Help Falling, you haven't heard me talk about that much, but just know that all these characters, like Isadora and Kelsey. Isadora is finding out what it truly means to be happy. Kelsey goes on a journey of saying yes for the summer with this older lady, and it's the funnest, best thing ever. And Brighter Than Before, Claire, she had just went through a really bad divorce, and she's figuring out who she is. She makes this list of the things that she wants, and she gets it. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are like really character-driven books, but they're all 5 stars to me. And if you trust me, if you read a Courtney Walsh book and you don't like it, I'm sorry, but I still love her. And she has a special spot right here. Ta-da! There she goes. And this is a Courtney Walsh book that I haven't read yet, but that's my next book. And just an honorable mention, I unfortunately don't have a lot of Sydney Steele books, but Sydney Steele is one of my favorite authors. This one is the one with the kiss cam. I didn't read this book this year, but I just wanted to hold a book physically while I talked about Sydney Steele. I just want to talk about her Pride and Prank series. That Fine Line was 5 star for me. I think the other 2 were 4.5. Sydney Steele is nowhere those authors who are auto-buy for me. If you're looking for a no spice author, you should check out Sydney Steele as well. But everybody talks about this book. Just go into this book blindly. You're gonna have the best time of your life. The one with the kiss cam, just read it blindly. Read it. Then quickly to wrap up this video, I'm gonna talk about some my 5-star fantasies. I have talked about a million times. Started on the Pirate King series, 5-star series for me. This is a pirate fantasy, and we're following Alosa, and she's going on this journey. She's basically trying to do what her father says her to do, and she pretends she gets kidnapped, but she knows she's getting kidnapped. Like, she gets kidnapped on purpose, and so she can get on these pirates' ship and find what her father needs her to find. And there's such a great romance. This is no spice. It's fun. It's very piratey to the core. And if you're anything like me, then you love the piratey to the core part. And we have Long Live and Forever Reign by Vivi Lacey. If I could talk about this in every single video that I make, I would. And this one is about the elementals. And I was about to say Alosa again. But the other girl, oh my gosh, why did I just forget her name? Because I was thinking about Alosa. Isla. See, they have like similar names. That's why I just got confused. She's living an ordinary life, or so she thinks, until she encounters the elementals. And now Isla is becoming key to the elementals who have been asleep for like 4,000 years. And like now they're waking up and they have this mission. And Isla becomes a part of this mission. And now I can't really talk about this book without spoiling it. Like, I just know you're gonna have a blast. You're gonna have a great time. Long live and forever reign, shall forever reign in my heart. And then we have The Secrets of Avendor by Cheney Hobson. I love this book just as much as I thought I would. I was gonna save it for talking about it in my July wrap-up video, but I was like, what the heck? Might as well include it in my 5-star video, because there could be someone here who's never heard of this book and they could pick up this book and they could change their life. Because it changed mine. This is a Christian pirate fantasy, but there's also other elements as well. I'm just gonna read the back. It says, Anika Harper only ever wanted a quiet life, helping others and working with her brother on his mission work. Being attacked by pirates and finding herself stranded on an uncharted island was never part of the plan. Neither was falling for the dangerously handsome pirate captain. Ethan Wolf, adrift in grief and struggling to keep afloat flights to make a difference in an unjust world. Yet something about Anika's fiery eyes and her unwavering faith in Elohim begins to stir hope he thought he had drowned long ago. There is a lot of mysterious elements in here. This is a very, very, very slow burn romance. Just go ahead and tell you right now, they don't kiss in this. Huh? They don't kiss in this. I think it's the best thing ever, me personally. And I loved all the face elements in this book. I loved everything about this book. I loved Anika's faith. I hope I'm saying her name right. It could be Annika, but I'm saying Anika. It could be, maybe it's Annika. It has 2 N's in it, so maybe it's Annika. But I'm telling you, the faith elements and the romance, it's so worth it. And I'm a pirate fantasy girly through and through, and this was basically my perfect book for me. Literally, this is like the perfect book for me. This is the exact type of book I like to read. I've never read anything like this before. Never read a Christian pirate fantasy. It's my first time, and it was 5 stars. I love it. I'm probably gonna be talking about this book for a long time. I get the hype why everybody's talking about this, and honestly, I need the second book like yesterday. That was basically all my 5 stars. Yes, it was kind of chaotic. Comment down below your favorite read of the year so far, like your ultimate 5 stars. If I had to pick one of these, obviously the book I got the special edition of, like, I think that's obvious, but comment down below your favorite 5-star book of the year, and maybe I'll go and read it, because at some point I do want to do a video where I'm reading my subscribers' 5-star reads. If you pick up one of these books, make sure you tell me and let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you so much for being here and clicking on my video, and I love you guys and hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Bye.